21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.
Let's take your software to the next level, whatever you need. Janelle Group has the expertise and experience to get the job done. Just tell us what you're looking for. I mean, this is pretty open statement.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, at the end of the day, right, Martin, we build custom software. So if you need software and you can't find something off the shelf that meets your needs, you call us in and we will build it for you. Sometimes we'll build and do the entire project ourselves, right? So think of like maybe more of a startup or a smaller business. They don't have a software development team. We can come in and help them design it, right from ideation to design to to development to support. And then sometimes, more often than not, about 3/4 of our work is what we call remote team supplementation. So think of larger organizations that already are building software, building custom software. Maybe they have a team, maybe they have a huge team. Maybe they already have 500 software engineers. They might come to us for more firepower. Hey, I need 5 engineers, a project manager, and a designer or something like that. And we'll supplement their team, right? So it's really building custom software. Either we'll do the whole project ourselves and give it to you, or we'll come alongside an already existing team and supplement them.
What do you attribute the company's success to? And then maybe you can go more into leadership or human resources.
Yeah, absolutely, Martin. So I like to simplify things, right? And so there's so many, business can be complicated, especially our business, right? We have 150 people on our team. We're in all these different sectors, and I could go on and on. You're confusing me. So I like to boil things down really simple. When you simplify our business, what are we good at? What do we do, right? I believe that we are world-class at recruiting, at identifying great talent, finding them and selling them on what we're doing here, right? And recruiting them and getting them onto our team. And then once they're on our team, we have cracked the code on culture, and we put them in an environment where they're happy, where they can work on great work with good clients, with cool people. We're trying to make their life as good as possible. We find great people and we kiss their ass, basically. We joke about that, right? It's up to us as the leaders here to serve them. Because if you get a star player, you get a star engineer, a great project manager, whatever, they can go anywhere. They could leave tomorrow and go get more money. Every day, everybody on LinkedIn is trying to hire these folks. We get them in, and then we take care of them, and we help them architect the life of their dreams, right? And so if we keep finding great people and make them happy, then the work will continue to come to us, because companies will go, well, I'm going to go to Janelle Group because I know that they have great people. And once we give them 1 great person or 2, then they're going to want 3 and 4 and 5, and we kind of land and expand with our clients, right? Finding the right talent and keeping them happy is everything. The sales and business development side of it takes care of itself because of our talent. So that's how I like to simplify it.
So if you can share, how do you make money? What's your business model?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we basically sell our time for money. Right? So it's not so sexy. It's not so cool and sophisticated. The first 12 years of my entrepreneurial career, we were trying to create SaaS products, and I was going to build the $1 billion product, and we failed many, many times. After a while, we realized we are great at recruiting and building those teams, as I said, and delivering software. Let's just get paid to do that. And so we sell our time for money. The vast majority of our work is hourly. Sometimes we'll do a fixed price project, but we really like to stay away from that. So yeah, it's just hourly rates, super simple, nothing fancy.
Let's immerse a little bit more into the whole LifeWare area. So, can you share any specific KPIs regarding what are your controlling mechanisms?
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, from a growth perspective, the company got going really about 2012, right? And we've grown every single year in existence. So 10 straight years of growth. Our lowest growth in those year over year was 26%.
And you're 6 times in a row. Yes, 6 times in a row you're on Inc. 5000, the best.
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, 6 years in a row on the Inc. 5000 list, which is cool, right? When we learned about that list, we said someday we're going to get on that list, and we figured that out, and we've been able to do it year after year, which is really cool. Here's a statistic that we love tracking because we talk about we're world class at recruiting. And recruiting to me comes down to it's a numbers game, right? It's just like sales. How do you make more sales? Make more sales calls, right? And the more work you put in, the better sales you're going to do. Same thing on the recruiting end. So this year, Martin, we have a recruiting team with like 5 full-time folks. This year, we are going to vet 150,000 people. So when I say vet them, that's quick LinkedIn stalking them out or like searching them on LinkedIn, a resume search. That's quick. But of those 150,000, we're going to interview 1,500. So 1,500 people we're going to interview to hire about 60 or 70.
You and your team or little robots?
Yes.
But you or AI, to be more specific?
No, it's actually human beings are doing all of this work. Now we are using technology and we're using tools to try to like filter them and stuff like that. But it's all personal outreach, right? And this might be a takeaway for the audience. I'm sure people in your audience are saying, I can't find good people. It's hard to hire. Nobody wants to work anymore. How the heck do I hire good people, right? So the one takeaway you can take from this interview is, first of all, you got to talk to more people, right? I don't care how many you interviewed, you better interview more. And sometimes somebody will go, I've tried everything. I'm trying to hire this engineer. I tried to, and I go, well, how many people have you interviewed? And they're like, I talked to 8 people. I said, 8? I'm talking about 88. I want you to times that by 10 before you say I can't find anybody, right? So first and foremost, you got to talk to more people. And then when it comes to recruiting, right, we're not just talking to the people that are looking for jobs. If you're looking for jobs as a software engineer, chances are you might not be that good, right? We're looking for the great engineers who already have a job, right? We're headhunting. We're out there trying to recruit those folks and sell them on what we're doing here. Martin, even if it means that we won't get them for 5 years, 10 years, because a lot of these people are already in great gigs because they're stars and they already have a great job. We try to make a connection with them, sell them on what we're doing and saying like, look, we just want to create a relationship. We're not even trying to hire you now. Of course, if you want to leave now, we'd love to have you, but we want to be at the top of your list if and when you ever think it's time for a change of a season. Maybe 2 years from now, you go, this job was great for the last 8 years, but maybe I'm stuck or it's time for something new. Put me on the top of your list of someone to call, Martin. I want to be on that list. And when you're ready, let's talk, baby. And we'll get you in here and we'll show you what we can do for you, right? And so we take a really long-term approach when it comes to recruiting, right? And so maybe I'm trying to deliver some takeaways for the audience, right? Speak to more people. Go and headhunt people that are already working. And also, maybe you got to take a long-term approach because a lot of these great people aren't looking to leave. Yeah, you need someone now. That guy might not be ready to leave for 3 years.
Are there any specific things that you want to stress out regarding you and your company? Okay, if I understood you well, you're focused on just on high-level engineers, programmers, and so why you, not some other player on the market?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is when we're having these conversations, we're trying to sell them on the way we run our business, right? We take a servant leadership mindset, right? And we say, if you come here, we will serve you. We will put you to work on good clients with good, exciting technology most importantly, you're going to be working on an awesome team of people. We don't have any jerks here. We say we have a no a-holes policy here, Martin, right? And so just that, think about how you probably had jobs in your past where you had to work with someone who's awful. Like, I don't want that. And everyone here is, they're happy people.
And it's nice place. You have beautiful place there.
Yeah, thank you. And right, and that's, so we're trying to sell them on that, especially people who've been in some jobs where they maybe weren't treated that way, or maybe they even liked their team, but they had to work 80 hours a week. Maybe you come here and work, you want work-life balance, you want to work 40 hours a week and work on a nice, happy team and reduce your stress. We try to allow people to architect their own life, and what everybody wants could be different, right, Martin? The guy who's 45 years old who has 3 kids at home, he probably wants time and work-life balance. But maybe the 24-year-old kid who just graduated a couple years ago and they're looking to elevate their career, maybe they do want to work more hours. Maybe they want to go faster. Maybe they want to see how quickly they can get to senior level or maybe management. So we're working with every single person individually to try to help them craft the life of their dreams, right? Maybe it's remote work. Maybe it's coming into the office. Maybe it's hybrid. Maybe it's you want to travel. I don't know. We have one guy who is a true digital nomad. If you've heard this term before, right? He's traveling the world, and he literally he just worked 3 months in Hawaii. He was in Hawaii for 3 months. Then he was in California for 2 months. Now, I don't even know where he is right now. I heard he might have been moving to Florida, whatever. The point is, this guy is a digital nomad.
He is delivering.
Yeah, and so whatever he wants to do, he's a star employee for us. So we say, whatever you want to do, right? And so that's what we're trying to sell folks on when we're recruiting. The companies who go, well, you come in, you're going to do this my way. That might work for some people, but some people are going to be like, especially these star engineers, they could go get a job, 10 jobs tomorrow. We got to make sure ours looks and actually really is better than some of those alternatives.
Oh, this is really, kicking ass. Get money and architect your own life.
Yeah, good.
What an one-liner. Great one-liner. So regarding the remote work, it's not so new, but it's more than ever before.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Absolutely. It's been a huge change. I think COVID certainly fast-forwarded that, right? And for us, we have such an intense, awesome culture here, and especially at headquarters. I'm at our headquarters now. We're in upstate New York, about 2 hours north of New York City, right? And so here in the office, it's fantastic. There's people, everyone. There's beer kegs, ping pong tables, all the BS that you want. But there's actually people here, and they're happy, and they're laughing, and they're having fun, and they're connected. But Martin, of our 150 people, we only get about 50, 60 of them in the office every day. So that means the majority of the people are either fully remote, meaning in different states and they're not even within driving distance, or they're local here or close to the office and they still prefer to work from home, either full-time or part of the time, right? And so it's almost like there's 2 different cultures. There's the in-office culture, and then there's this remote culture. And so I think we've cracked the code on remote culture a little bit, Martin. And so here's the key for us to remote culture. We're looking to create 1, 2, hopefully 3 or 4 really cool in-person experiences per year so that those people, when they are remote, they feel connected. When you think about your own life, Martin, think about the times where you really fast forwarded your relationship with someone. You got really close with them quickly. A lot of times it's when you did something extraordinary together. Maybe you took a trip to China together. Maybe you ran a marathon. Back in my days, we'd go through sports workouts and we'd run till we'd throw up, right? It wasn't fun, but we were doing this extraordinary thing together and we felt bonded. So now if I can take one of my remote employees, we fly them in from California, they come out here for a week and we're drinking beers at night and going out to dinner and working on some software, doing some really cool stuff that's different than their normal life. Well, now we're creating a real bond. We're creating real friendships so that now when that person goes back and they're remote, they feel connected, right? And now when we're on the line, we're doing a Zoom like this or something, it's different because there's an actual friendship there. There's something real there. Right. And so I think that's the key to remote culture. If you have remote folks, that's okay. And you don't have to do culture every day. Remote culture is hard. But as long as you're having a couple, 1, 2, or 3 really cool in-person interactions per year, I think it can really do a lot to strengthen that relationship and make the person feel connected even though they're away.
Do you analyze incomers when you have that kind of special events? What are your goals?
Yeah, absolutely, right? And here's I'm going to give you another thing that's kind of in contradiction to what I just said, right? We don't push this on anybody. We look at our culture like a buffet, like a self-serve buffet. If you want some of this, take it. You don't, that's fine. You want some of this, take it. But maybe somebody doesn't want any of it. And we actually have, of our 150 people, Martin, I'd say probably 30 of them are like, look, you can keep all that BS. I don't want any of it. I just want to work on good stuff. And at the end of the day, I want to go home. I don't need to come out and drink beers and act like a gorilla with you. I don't need to go to a baseball game with you. I just want to work with good people and go home. And that's okay too. A lot of companies that have an intense, strong culture, it's kind of all or nothing. If you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you're like a weirdo outcast. Here, if you choose that, that's fine too. It comes back to them architecting their own life, right? So when you say, do we analyze when it's a new employee? We like when they lean in and say, I want to take part in the culture. That's good because we know the connection is stronger and it's kind of more fun that way. But if they choose not to, we're looking for other creative ways where we can reach out to them and maybe we send them a unique gift. Maybe we're showing them that we care about them, even though we actually haven't connected. And so we're looking at that differently, but we're definitely analyzing as they come in, are they feeling the connection or not?
If you could go back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Martin, the first thing I would tell myself is, listen, you never heard of this thing called Bitcoin, but as soon as you hear about it, buy as much as you can afford.
Okay.
After I told myself to buy Bitcoin.
And buy Apple. It's a strange company, but it's strange name, but just buy it.
Yeah, Microsoft, Apple, Google, get them all, get Bitcoin, just trust me. And then actually it doesn't matter any business advice because you're going to be so rich, it'll be unbelievable. Anyway, but back to serious, right? So I think I mentioned, right, we spent the first probably 10, 12 years of our entrepreneurial career trying to build products, SaaS products, all these different startup ideas. And we failed time after time after time. When really what we are best at, I'm really talking, my brother's my business partner. What we are best at is building teams, building culture, and delivering software. We should have just done that from the beginning, right? I was too cool for services, Martin. I was going to build the big company and be on the cover of the magazine, right? I think a lot of young people, they get that bravado in them. And I definitely had that, right? And there was some ego and all of that. So I definitely, learned some hard lessons. That would be the first thing I would tell myself is like, dude, forget about the product. You guys are good at this. Start building a team now. And you can really build a special organization that has touched a lot of lives. And so that's something I kind of wish I started earlier, although my whole journey and my whole story arc is what brought me to here anyway. So maybe I shouldn't regret it, I grew up playing sports, right? And so basketball in particular, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, all these guys, right? And so I had always wanted to play in the NBA. I want to win the championship. I want to, I would see these guys and as a young person, we see these people like they experience glory, right? They're the champion, they're the man, there's this. And I think I got brainwashed by a lot of that. And I also brainwashed myself. And I bought into that. So as I transitioned from basketball into business, I kind of just took that same thing. I'm going to win the championship. I'm going to be on the cover of the magazine. We're going to start $1 billion company and go public someday. When really, that's not. Now that I'm older, I'm 46 years old now, and I can look back, like that was just young bravado, egomaniac who I want to be like Michael Jordan. I can't do it on the basketball court, so I'm going to do it in business. When really what lights my fire, Martin, is building teams, delivering for clients, building this special atmosphere where people are truly happy. That makes me happier than if we did build that $1 billion company. Although if we build that $1 billion company, we probably could have had a lot of impact too. So, but my point is, I was focused on the wrong things, right? I think a lot of young people fall into that trap, and I definitely fell into that trap. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I kind of want to look at my young self, maybe slap them around a little bit and say, no, you want to build teams. You want to have an impact on people's lives. That's your gift that God has given you. You need to use that to share it with the world and stop focusing on yourself. So I think that's that big takeaway.
And what about your daily routine?
I am trying to live a very disciplined life. As an athlete, I was very, very disciplined and maniacal. And then what I found as I've gotten older is I'm disciplined in spurts. I'll be very disciplined about, like right now, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. So I'm producing content and I'm very good at that. I'm not very good at that. I'm very disciplined about that. I'm doing it, three times a week. But then maybe 2 months from now, if my normal pattern starts, I'll maybe be ready to move on to something else. I need to continually brainwash myself. And so every day I listen to motivational speakers. That's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, Martin, and my wife can't stand it. I literally wake up and I put on Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn or James Clear from Atomic Habits. And she's like, do I have to listen to this crap again? But it's really reinforcing my mind, because as you get more success, it's easy to just take your foot off the gas and say, you know what, we're doing well. I don't really need to do those daily disciplines, but you do. Success comes down to daily disciplines. So I'm all over the place on this question, but wake up, get my mind right. I try to get fit. I get down in my basement. I got a basement gym. It's the worst place ever. We call it the Russian prison. I get down there, I get fit a little bit, get to work, try to stay with my disciplines. And then I'm very intentional about my family time as well, right? I spent enough years working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. Now that I'm over the hump a little bit, I want to make sure I'm there for my wife, and I have 4 kids as well. So you know what it's like, right? My wife and I are involved in a lot of organizations, a lot of causes. I'm on the board at my kids' school. My kids go to a Christian school, McKeel Christian Academy. We're very involved in our church. My wife and I are passionate about adoption, right? We have 2 birth sons and then 2 adopted children. My daughter's adopted through foster care here in New York State. And then my oldest is from Nigeria. We say he's our son, but he's actually not officially adopted. He's here on a student visa, but he's been with us for 6 years, and we treat him like a son. He actually has a family in Nigeria of mom and dad and I think 5 siblings. And Martin, check this out. This is a cool story about my oldest, right? So he's 22 now. He came to us on his 16th birthday, and he works at Jersey Mike's. Do you know Jersey Mike's, the sandwich shop? It's like a fast, for people who don't know that, it's kind of like a fast food, submarine sandwich place. Doesn't matter. He's making food, right? And so he works very hard all summer, and he's making all this money. He's working 50, 60 hours a week, and we're making fun of him. His name is Gideon. We call him G. We go, G, what are you doing with all this money, man? You got to have thousands of dollars, right? And you know what he said to me, Martin? He goes, actually, I just bought my parents a house. He worked all summer, and he saved up the money. He sent it back to Nigeria, and he bought a house for his parents. And I mean, that to me is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm literally looking to see, maybe I can bring up a picture here. I know this won't be the best, but that's the house. He bought this house with Jersey Mike's money. My call to action, Martin, I don't actually have a big ask here, right? But, we're always recruiting great talent. If you know great engineers, super talented people that are looking for a change of season, maybe a new organization, please send them our way. You can reach out to me directly. I'm also starting my own personal brand. So to kind of go together with Janelle Group, I've got a website, darrinjahnel.com, DARRINJAHNEL.com, darrinjahnel.com. If you need to hire a speaker to come in and talk about culture, recruiting, building special teams, I'd be very interested. I'm starting a YouTube channel soon. And so, if you got any value out of any of this content and you want more, please look me up there. And if I can help in any way, please reach out.
21st Century Entrepreneurship with Martin Piskarik.